Hey guys, it's the Doc. We are in the middle of March Madness. Full disclosure, it's Thursday. The Sweet 16 games are about to start in an hour or so. So super excited for that. You know, being from the New York area, I think all of us are rooting for St. Peter's. The classic Cinderella story. And it's been a lot going on this week between all the sporting events, all the trades in NFL. Baseball is coming back. Work, kids, all that stuff. And these are my thoughts of the week. So scrolling through Instagram, I don't know when it was, but at some point this week, I saw a lot of mindset entrepreneurial stuff kind of comes on my feed. And one of the things that I saw was a video, and I don't know who was speaking, but basically talking about how entrepreneurs, sometimes when they're chasing their dream, their life kind of gets out of balance. They lose balance because they're so obsessively and singularly focused on their goal. And the person who was speaking was basically talking about how that's a bad thing, and it's very important to maintain balance. And again, I agree, balance is important, but overall, I thought that was just terrible advice. For anyone who wants to achieve something big or has a big goal or a huge dream for themselves, there are periods in your life where there's going to be a tremendous amount of imbalance, and you have to embrace that. I'll give you a couple of examples. When I was in medical school, I kind of got my shit together in the second year of medical school, and I realized that I wanted to go into dermatology, which is a very, very competitive field to get into. And I realized that if I had a chance to go into dermatology, I really needed to crush my board exams. So I literally locked myself in a room for 6 weeks, only to resurface to eat, and the Knicks happened to be in the playoffs when they were good back then, so, or to watch the Knicks games. And I would usually eat while I was watching the Knicks game. That was my only break. And literally 7 days a week for 6 weeks, I just pounded the books, and I crushed my boards, and and basically I laid a brick to help me achieve my dream. Those periods of imbalance are so important if you want to do something big, achieve something big, and they actually lay the foundation for balance down the road. Another example, when I was opening my practice in New York City in 2009, I bought the space where my practice is, and I did a major gut renovation of it, and I was drowning in debt. I was well over $1 million in debt, probably close to $1.5 million or $2 million in debt at that time. I had a newborn. My daughter was 10 months old or something like that. And there was no way I was going to fail. So I basically had, at that time, 2 full-time jobs. I was working in a lab in Westchester, where I'd leave my house at 5:15 or 5:30 in the morning and come back at 10 o'clock at night. And I was reading slides for a private dermatology group. And I was working 7 days a week. In fact, that summer, the summer of 2008, we rented a beach house. And I literally set up a microscope in a little office that was in the beach house. And on Saturdays and Sundays from 8 in the morning till 6 o'clock at night, I would just be reading slides. Because again, there was no way that I was gonna fail. And that was a period, that was almost a year-long period, even more than that, of incredible imbalance. But it laid the foundation for balance down the road. No one, again, this is not for everybody. I'm not saying everyone needs to have some crazy big goal or have to achieve anything big. A lot of folks are happy not doing those things. But if you're someone that dreams big, wants to achieve big things, do big things in life, then you have to embrace imbalance, because those periods of imbalance ultimately lead to balance down the road. You're basically paying it forward. So those are my thoughts of the week. Don't be afraid of hard work. You got to put that in. You got to embrace that imbalance. That's how you crush and achieve big goals. Let's get it.